What's going on, everybody? This is Nick here from House of Paint, bringing you the Myconid. We got a Myconid adult. This is a part of a 2-pack, but I picked the one that I liked a little bit more, and gonna paint this one on the channel. So a Myconid is, according to the monster manual, they're intelligent fungi. They live in the Underdark. They obviously are humanoid. They can move around. They are seekers of enlightenment, and they do not love violence. So they're pretty peaceful characters. If you play your cards right, they are some of those creatures that can actually help provide you shelter in the Underdark. So if you are running a campaign that is taking place in the Underdark and you want to include some Myconids in there to kind of guide your players to a shelter or something like that, this is a good model for you to undertake. Going to be a quick project. As you can see in the background here, some wonderful artwork in the monster manual depicting the Myconid. So definitely going to be a colorful model that we are going to be painting. But before we do, just a friendly reminder to smite like and slam subscribe so that you can stay up to date on all the latest content that I'm putting out there in my quest to paint the manual. I thank those of you who are returning to the channel and have already subscribed, and I welcome in those of you who are new to the channel, maybe seeing the channel for the first time. If you like what you see, just go ahead and click that little beholder in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen, and let's get started. I'm going to start off here with an all-over base coat of heavy black green. I'm going to be doing this all over the body portion, pretty much from the beard down, but I'm leaving the kind of mushroom plume of its head alone for now. I'm going to give that a different base coat. And for that base coat, I'm going to be using about a 50-50 mix of Mournfang brown and orange fire. I really want to get a kind of a nice gradation going down to a pure yellow around his eyes. So we're going to be working with kind of an orangey yellow spectrum for the head. Now for a mid-tone on certain parts of his body, I'm going to be going over that heavy black green with some Goblin green. Just going to be highlighting some of the more raised areas exposed to the light, you know, as if the light is shining kind of right at the Myconid. So I'm going to be highlighting portions of the beard, the arms, the legs, and the torso with the Goblin green. Now, after 3 thin coats of the Mournfang orange fire base, I'm going to be applying some pure orange fire. Going about 3/4 of the way up the head, leaving the base coat at the edges. And I'm going to be doing this with thin layers, probably about 3 or 4 coats. And I'm also going to be highlighting the kind of the eye sockets as well with this mix. Now, according to the monster manual picture, there are some portions of his shoulders, arms, and torso that are orange as well. So I'm going to be picking out some spots. It looks like, it's almost like he's wearing kind of fungus armor. So I'll be doing that on his kind of his shoulder pauldrons here. Going down his arm, a little bit around his torso, kind of framing his beard, and just kind of picking out certain spots to create some delineation. Now back to the, well, I guess we'll call it flesh. I'm going to be using some Merfolk Turquoise mixed in with that Goblin green, and I'm going to be picking out some of the higher areas in the beard and the arms to kind of create like this pastel sort of color combination on him. So now with pure orange fire, I'll be applying a quick highlight to the orange portions that I based on his body. Some pure Merfolk turquoise to apply some max highlights to his flesh. Now with a mix of orange fire and clear yellow, about a 50-50 mix, I'm going about halfway up the orange fire portions and trying to help create that gradation going down to the eyes. So I'll be highlighting up on the lower third of his kind of mushroom plume, as well as his eye sockets, and also giving an edge highlight to the rest of his head. Also using that same mix to highlight the orange portions of his flesh. Adding some purple accents here with Beholder Purple, picking out certain portions of his legs and his torso as well, and just giving that a little dab of purple. Now for the max highlight on his head, I'm using the pure clear yellow to outline his eyes, and also apply a final edge highlight to the entire head. And lastly, since he's in the Underdark, a little heavy violet for the base, and we'll call it a day. And so that is that. A fun little project. I certainly hope you enjoyed. Information on how to follow me on all my social media platforms is immediately following the video, as is information on how to follow Dominic Marriott of Credit UK and Mike Donnarumma of MVD Studios. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.